Afternoon students, today I am going to take the next topic of the fourth module of embedded system, that is application and domain specific. When you consider the application of embedded system, the first what we are going to explain is application specific embedded system design is washing machine. So washing machine is the best example of or a typical example of an embedded system providing external support in home automation appliances. So this is an washing machine, and this is the parts of the washing machine. Can you see parts of the washing machine? So here these are the parts of the washing machine. You can see on the top integral control panel with user interface, level sensor, water inlet pipe, and outer sub and a water outlet, sensor, body case, picture not to scale, and LED display on the right side. You can see the LED display, and the keyboard consists of what all parts: start button, light, medium, wash, soak, rinse, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, that is light, medium, heavy, wash, soak and rinse, and 30 minutes, 1 hour and 2 hour on the keyboard. So I will explain as mentioned. Embedded system contains sensors, actuators, controls, unit and application specific user interfaces like keyboard, display units, etc. So you can see all these components in a washing machine if you have a closer look to it. Some of them are visible, that is just now you can see actuators, LEDs, and these are the LEDs, 7 segment display. The actuator part of the washing machine consists of motorized agitators, tumble tub, water drawing pump, and inlet valve to control the flow of water into the unit. The sensor part consists of water temperature, sensor, level sensor. The control part contains a microprocessor controller baseboard and interfaces to the sensors and actuators. So washing machine comes in two models, namely top loading and front loading. This is an example for top loading. Top loading and front loading. Washing machine examples of top loading and front loading machines. In top loading model, the agitator of the machine twists backs and forth and pulls the cloth down to the bottom of the tub. On reaching the bottom of the tub, the clothes work their way back up to the top of the tub, and the agitator grabs them again and repeats the mechanism. In front loading, the clothes are tumbled and plunged into the water over and over again. This is the first phase of the washing. In second phase of the washing, water is pumped out from the tub, and inner tub uses a centrifugal force to writing out more water from the clothes by spinning at several hundred rotations per minute, that is called as RPM. This is called spin phase. If you look into the keyboard panel, that is, if you look into the keyboard panel of your washing machine, you can see 3 buttons, namely wash, spin and rinse. You can use these buttons to configure the washing stages. As you can see from the picture, the inner tub of the machine contains a number of holes, and during the spin cycle, the inner tub spins and forces the water out through these holes to the stationary outer tub, from which they are drained off through the outlet pipe. It is to be noted that design and washing machine may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer, but general principle works the same. Washing machine remains the same. The basic control consists of timer, cycle, selector mechanisms, water temperature selector, load size selector, and start button. The mechanism includes motor, transmission, clutch, pump, agitator, inner tub, outer tub, water inlet valve. Water inlet valve connects to the water supply line and home and regulates the flow of water into the tub. The integrated control panel consists of microprocessor controller based board with I/O interfaces and control algorithm running in it. Input interface includes actually keyboard, which consists of a wash type of selector like wash, spin, rinse, cloth type selector, namely light, medium, heavy duty and washing time setting, etc. The output interface consists of LED, LCD display, status indication, LEDC, etc. connected to the I/O bus and the controller. It is to be noted that interface may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer and model to model, and it differs. The other type of interfaces, which is the other type of interfaces which are invisible to the end user are different kinds of sensor interfaces, namely water temperature sensor, water level sensor, etc. And actuator interface including motor control for agitator and tub movement control, inlet water flow control. And the second type of application, automotive domain specific example, second example is overview of electronic control units, that is inner working of automotive embedded system. We are taking embedded system of automotive domain, a car as an example. You can see the first part is instrumentation, second one is engine control, this is engine control, and third one is fan control, third one is power, fourth one is fuel injection control, fifth one is headlamp control, sixth one is ABS control, wiper control, seventh one outside. You can see suspension control, eighth one is suspension control, ninth one is centralized locking, behind one this is centralized locking, and power windows, 11th one is motor control, seat control, airbag control, power steering, air conditioner. Let's go on explaining one by one. One is instrumentation, engine control, fan control, fuel injection control, headlamp control, ABS control, wiper control, suspension control, centralized locking, power windows, mirror control, seat control, this is airbag control, and fourth one is power steering. These are all the parts. Automotive embedded system are one where electronics take control over the mechanical systems. The presence of automotive embedded system is vehicle. It varies from simple mirror to the wiper controls to complex airbag controller and anti-lock brake systems, ABS, it is called ABS, anti-lock brake systems, automatic embedded systems, and normally built around microcontrollers or DSP, or a hybrid of the two are generally known as electronic control units. The number of embedded controllers is in an ordinary vehicle, it varies from 20 to 40, whereas luxury vehicle varies. Mercedes S and BMW 7 may contain 75 to 100 members of embedded controllers. So, government regulation on fuel economy, environment factors and emission standards, and increasing customer demands on safety comforts and that is infotainment forces automotive manufacturers to opt sophisticated embedded control units within the vehicles. The first embedded system used to automatic application was the microprocessor based fuel injection system introduced by Volkswagen. Next point is high speed electronic control unit, it is called as HECU, high speed electronic control unit. HEs are deployed in critical control units requiring fast response. They include fuel injection systems, anti-lock brake systems, engine control, electronic throttle, steering controls and transmission controls unit, and central control unit. Next point is low speed electronic control unit. High speed electronic control unit consists of all this above what I said, HECU. And next point is low speed electronic control unit, that is called as LECU, low speed electronic control units. LECUs are deployed in application where response time is not so critical. So, they generally are built around low cost microprocessor controllers and digital signal processors. Audio controllers, passenger and driver door locks, door glass controls, power windows, wiper controls, these are all some seat systems, headlamp, tail lamp control, sunroof control unit. These are all examples for low speed electronic control units. It is also called as LECU. Now, so in the next class I will tell what is automotive communication buses. Thank you.